Okay, so from here, what I want to do is I want to move into kazamazuki primarily tonight, right? I want to sort of do a little bit of exploration. I want to do both kazamazuki as a technique, but then I want to go into the Kanazawa sort of story about how to defend yourself from kazamazuki. Again, he has presents three strategies as jiu-ippons to do that. So what I want to do is, again, first of all, kazamazuki, and then from there go into jiu-ippon with defending yourself against kazamazuki. So from here, just making yoi, so just from a feet sort of parallel position, just make yoi here, so just bring both hands up. And all I want you to do from here is just punching out and back, so just like nice and relaxed. Ready? Left hand then right. Ich, ni, sam, shi, go, rok, shich, hach, kyu, ju, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, rok, shich, hach, kyu, ju. Good. So a couple of things to think about. Number one, keep the technique loose. Feel whichever leg, whichever hand you're driving off. So make sure the technique is coming cleanly off the hip. Just boom, boom. So make sure that your elbows are not relaxed and you're punching and curving your elbows. Feel here, drive it, drive it, drive it. Just straight in, straight towards the target. So feel that kind of squeeze out of the fingers, the relax through the technique. And then the other piece, just like any sort of chokazuki, how your hips move just ever so slightly with it. Allow the hips to drive and snap, drive and snap, drive and snap, drive and snap. And you create that action by using the driving leg, which in this case will be the front to push, but in reality, the back is the one that connects. Then pull it back. So it's this nice relaxed action, 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 action feeling. Keep it soft, keep it light. Straight in. Left hand first. Ich, ni, sam, shi, go, rok, shich, hach, kyu, ju, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, rok, shich, hach, kyu, ju. Very good. Now, of course, breath. Just like with all techniques, I'm still and releasing and releasing. It's not and holding it each time. So when you listen to my breath as I go, if I don't count, just listen, and I'll try and make it louder. Hear this sort of, this piece? That's the connection. I'm actually stopping breath just briefly in there. It's incredibly short because this is a snapping technique. Remember, kazami is to chop. It's a chopping technique. So allow it to just make the feeling. And for me, I'm not even feeling my arms go out. I'm not thinking of like this, of my arms. I'm just simply just pushing my hip and letting it relax with my hip action. It's completely hip driven. Completely hip driven as it moves. So my hips are like the torque, right? The center of the record player, and they're pushing off. They're pushing off. They're pushing off, and my arms simply react with that. Be careful that you don't throw your shoulder into the technique just here. Just boom, 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 boom. Nice and relaxed. Right, your turn. Ready? Hey, ich, ni, sam, shi, go. Good. So as you throw, one more. Look. Good. So as you throw, make more just here. Feel it hit. 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 Just this nice, soft kind of action. Those who know the kata kankusho have the feeling of here, the step and drop, the connect and drop, the connect and drop, right? We were doing tiki shodan the other day, right? Boom, boom, there. When and let it go. So when you do this relaxation back, don't think of it as a push-pull, like a piston. Think of the piston going out, then just turn your wrist, let it relax back. So it's just this, I just relax, I just relax it, I just relax it. This feeling. Does that make sense? Try again. Ready? Ich. Knee. Push it through your hip and relax your arm. Some. She. Go. Rok. Chich. Hach. Ju. Ju. Good. Now this time it's going to be harder. I want you to pop out from here. Think. Ich. Two. Knee. Some. She. This feeling. Right? So what I'm doing here is as I do this, it's not pump, pull, pump. It's just push, relax, punch. Push, relax, punch. So my technique doesn't need to come all the way back here. It's just pushing, relaxing, then going again. Does that make sense? It's about the relaxation, that change in breath. Ready? Ich. Knee. Some. She. Go. Rock. Chich. Keep your elbows under control. Hutch. Chu. Ju. Good. Hey, and relax. Just shake your shoulders out. Make sure they're still talking to you. Good. Now from here, just from yoi, all you're going to do is step forward, just from this position here. Coming forward, actually we'll just bring your arms up because it's easier. And from here, just stepping into zenkutsu dachi, making kazamazuki. So it's just going to be here, push. Just feel, push, then pull back. So we're going to make it here, then pull back. Knee, pull back. Some, pull back. She, pull back. This kind of feeling, yeah? Ready? A ich, knee, some, she, go, rock, chich, hach, Q, Ju. Good. So as you move, try and have that same feeling of relaxation that you had before. So as you make the drive forward with this arm, feel it push, feel the activeness of this hand. Don't feel it push through your shoulder and upper body. Does that make sense? Make all of the push through your back leg. Bang, this feeling. So feel that drive. Feel this initial push. Feel a rear leg drive to this position. Then from here, as you relax, let your whole body just relax back. So it becomes not this sort of push, push, It's just here, push and relax, push and relax, push and relax, push and relax. It's going to be slower than this, right? Because there's more happening, there's more mass moving, right? But allow it to have the same feeling of just push, then feel the tension go out of your body, and that gives you the impetus to squeeze back up. So it's this idea of just being here, push them back, knee, push them back, some push them back. This feeling, yeah? Ready? Hey, itch. Good. The other thing as well, I just caught Ellie doing it. I hate you. As you go, don't push out like this. Have your feeling of just being here. Push in, straight into your target, and then relax it. Push the hair, straight in, then pull back. Itch. Good. Knee. Don't punch over your head, Pat. Keep it to your chin height. Some. She. Push and relax. Go. Push and relax. Have that big feeling. Try and make Try and make, oh, as soon as it connects, allow the relaxation. Here, push and relax. Push and relax. Push and relax. Push and relax. This feeling. Each. Keep your head and your eyes straight ahead. Straight ahead. Look straight down the target. Look straight down the sight. Each. Knee. Some. Chi. Go. Look. Chich. Hach. Q. Ju. Inch. Knee. Some. Chi. Go. Out. Chich. Hach. Q. Ju. Good, and relax. Good, now from here, come on. So again, zenkutsu, about a foot back, take the technique underneath you, make kamae. From here, now just try expansion, back, expansion and back. Do not push, do not make it through your upper body. So don't have the feeling of here, this. Have the feeling of pushing it underneath, 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 through this expansion. Does that make sense? Ready? Hey, itch, knee, thumb, sheet, go, hook, chich, hatch, Q, G. Other side. Hey, itch, knee, thumb, sheet, go, sheet, hatch, Q, G. Good, and relax. Okay, so it's exactly the same action, right? Just smaller now, allowing this sort of push up, out, and then just pull back. Those who are more advanced, what you can do is you don't necessarily have to go to this full expanded position here, right? You can leave this arm here. So just leave it, push, push, push. That way, oh, other hand's already set to go, right? You don't need both, right? But if you're probably brown belts, Shodans, I recommend the full expansion to get that full feeling of opening yourself up the way you do this. The other thing that's important for kazamazuki is ensure that you're not over-rotating your body. So don't have the feeling that you're going all the way out here. Does that make sense? Don't expand it. Yeah, that's going to give you more reach, sure. But at the end of the day, you want to be using your chest, your pec. So as it drives, feel in. Just to your normal hami position. If I drop my hand down like geramrai or agyuke, the elbow's in the same position. Does that make sense? So here, whoop, here, same, geramrai, here. It's not left or right. If I expand it out further, it's going to turn my knee over and it's going to be a different technique. It's still a kazamazuki, but not the one we're doing. You would do something like this to then shift, or something like this to shift if you're rotating. We're not, we're going linear today. Okay? So, from here this time, just changing the footwork a little bit. From here, it's just going to be kazamazuki, boom, in. Whether you leave the hand there or not, don't care. From here, feel it underneath. Then, shift the back foot up. So instead of making it boom and back, now and push. Just push in. Ready? Mate. A hitch. Push. Knee. Good. So make sure that you still land in that fully expanded position. Then as if the cover comes up, just drag the back leg. Push and pull. Push and pull. Push and pull. This feeling. Ready? Itch. Good. So don't lose sight of that first technique. Watch yourself. Boom. Straight in. Boom, ba-ba. Boom, ba-ba. Boom, ba-ba. This feeling. Okay, ready? Ich. Ni. Some. Check your elbow. Make sure your elbow's not swinging out. She. Good. Switch. Turn. Just meditate or step back. Up to you. Other hand. Hey. Ich. Ni. Some. She. Good. And relax. I just want to check everybody's coordination just real quick. So, try this. Okay, now well almost. That's a different coordination there, Chuck. But try this one. From here, make it jab, pull, jab, pull, jab, pull, jab, pull, jab, pull. This feeling. So it's going to be kind of a sort of push, pull, push, other way. This lift, this lift, this lift, this lift. So I want you to, we're just going to go into a rhythm, and I want you to just across the floor, make it jab, pull, jab, pull, jab, pull, jab, pull, jab, pull. This feeling. Ready? Let's try. We'll go for probably 4 or 5. Ready? Each jab, pull, knee, some, chi, go. Try the other side. Ready, and ich, ni, some, she, go. Good, and back. Try it again. Now I want to pick on all of you. Ich, ni, some, she, go. Good, switch. Again. Ich, ni, some, she, go. Good. And again, you won't be able to go on my count, just go in a rhythm. Right, the piece that's important here is this push and pull and push and pull and push. This kind of rhythm. So try it again, just try it 1 minute. Try and get that rhythm of boom, ba, ba, boom, ba, ba, boom, ba, ba, boom, as you move. Off you go. Good. Okay, so a couple of things about that, right? There's 2 things I want you to feel. Number 1, and the most important piece, is notice how your feet, when you make the punch, you know you've got to lift your foot. Notice how the rear foot skips up. Right? That's number 1. So notice your natural action on the punch becomes this. You hit, and then you naturally pull the arm back on the relaxation in order to be able to lift the leg, right? You have to do it, because otherwise it would be something like this, which is not what I'm having you do. I'm having you travel. So in order to travel, it's here, shifts in, up, boom, shifts up, boom. It ends up being this kind of skipping kind of action. That's number 1. That's exactly analogous to the action of hit and drive in. It's exactly the same. The second thing is notice when you're here and as you do the drive, notice the amount of work that your rear leg has to do. It comes under, compounds like a spring, then expands. Does that make sense? So there should be 2 things that you notice. And it's mainly footwork associated, and it's interesting because this is a jab, it's a punch. So as you drive, feel this push, feel as it relaxes, feel this leg come up, then push. Then feel this leg come up and push. And as you work it into a rhythm, it's just simply this pump, 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 this feeling. You see what I mean? And each time, as I make that drive, it's my back leg springs and bounces. My back leg, and then I'm up, and then I'm up. Does that make sense? To be able to create the explosiveness of the punch comes from that driving leg. And the work of that driving leg of here, skip in, push, skip in, push, skip in. Does that make sense? That's what I'm after, is that rhythm. 1 more minute, try it again. And lift the knee high, don't be a wuss. Don't sort of sit there and go, oh, look at me, I'm doing this. That doesn't count. Try here, push and lift and push and lift. Lift it high. right, as you go. This is both an aerobic exercise, but it's a timing exercise for your technique as you make that drive. Good. Make sure you use both hands. You should be able to do this on both. Also check your hands. Check your front hand. It should be, hopefully I've been doing this, but your front hand should remain just drive and drive and drive. Just one, just here. It's not going out. It's not going around. It's not doing anything else. It's just a straight pump from what we were doing at the beginning of class. Right? Your arm has very little to do with it. It's all rear leg and hip throughout the technique. Cool. Okay, easy? Hey, man. Good. So with that, informed by that exercise now, feel here, you're in the compressed state, hit, and then pull. Hit, and then pull. Notice how it works is it's an explosion of my legs and hips. Pull. It's an explosion here. Then it expands in. Right? And it doesn't matter if I'm going sort of forward or if I'm going backwards. It's the same explosion. Does that make sense? It's the same action of the hip that you were doing in that bouncing drill, right? It's just which leg's dominant, which leg's pushing in which direction. Okay, ready? Your turn. So let's just try from here. We'll just go up and down. Here, make sure you're in a compressed position. Now just push it, push. Knee, push. San, push. Shi, push. Switch. Ich, knee, sam, shi. Good, and relax. Helpful? The next piece is from here now. One more time. Try it. Hip compress, hip compress. Just try it as a double. So the same way that you did this double pump, now try that with the legs. Double pump. Same feeling. You see? But notice how the footwork is identical to our boom, pump, 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 pump. This same action. It's now just smaller, more compressed, driven. You see? Right, your turn. Ready? Hey, good. Then turn, other hand. Just turn on the spot. So make a boom, boom, turn. Knee, turn. San, turn. Chi, turn. Go. Good, turn. Shich, turn. Hach, turn. Ki, turn. Ji, good, and turn. And up, relax. Make sense? So you can play with these. You build on this as well by adding in techniques like, for example, here, I make the jab, then on the compress, make the gyakuzuki, then make the jab, make the gyakuzuki. So you can start to see how you start to play with the combination of action from this idea of here to neutral, make it here to full, then back to neutral, right? Or here, expand, 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 expand. You can keep going. Does that make sense? All I do is I just expand through the hip, either into the full to half, or full to natural, or full to full, full to full to full, as it moves. Does that make sense? But the footwork remains roughly the same.